covered in a cascading haze of smog. This is the current version of Delhi. It's not news anymore that pollution chokes the national capital every year around Diwali and after. Winter comes with its own troubles. The soaring AQI levels have still not settled down despite various measures being imposed, while residents continue to suffer. For a long time, politics continued to take the center stage, and debate always hovered around who the main culprit behind the polluted air was. But there were seldom any concrete answers. In this worsening state, those with chronic respiratory disease and even children now have had the worst this season. For many days, the adverse effects of pollution have done visible damage, from irritation in the eyes, headaches, coughing, to difficulty in breathing. Residents have reported a rise in the number of symptoms faced due to depleting air quality. Senior Pulmonologist Gyan Goswami tells us how the toxic pollutants have affected the vulnerable groups or those at higher risk, especially children.
On the vulnerable groups. So who are those vulnerable groups? We will divide it in the two parts. One is children and other is adult. Children, we will take up to 16 years of age, 0 to 16 years of age. So first we will start with the children. In children, there are two groups. I'm quoting a study which is recently done, which showed that in two groups, all the two groups. What are those groups? One group was who doesn't have any allergy, any asthma, or anything, any sensitivity to any air pollution. The other group includes who are having asthma, allergy, or dry skin type problems in some seasonal variation. So in this study, it was shown that both groups are severely affected. There was no differentiation between the two groups. So you can see that the air quality is so severe that it is not differentiating between the vulnerable groups and non-vulnerable groups. I am more concerned about the children right now, because I'm seeing almost 15 to 16 children up to the age of basically 11 years, still 11 years, not up to 16 years. They are coming to my clinic, and they are like into severe bronchial asthma like symptoms. And when I took the history, their parents say that इसकी तो कोई history ऐसी थी ही नहीं. They were absolutely all right. Just as the air becomes more severe and AQI rises, इसको suddenly a problem हुई. And when I check clinically examined, I found that the symptoms and signs are of typical bronchial asthma exacerbation. So you can see that air is so severe. And I quote one more study which is recently published in the your Times of India also, that in Delhi, one single person which is of 0 years of age or of 95 years of age, he is smoking 20 cigarettes per day without even actively smoking. So you can see the impact. You can imagine the impact. Pollution persists for longer also. Then our next generation also, the life expectancy becomes shorter and shorter. Air pollution is so severe because in Canada or in other European countries, if you compare like Netherlands, Australia, and all, their AQIs are in 70, 90 maximum. And in 90 also, at the AQI of 90, they are in the red zone. We are in the red zone at the AQI of 470, 500, but their AQI 90 up to 90, they are in the red zone, and they start precautions. They start taking all the precautions. But here 570 AQI, then he will start discussing and start preparing for this and that and all.
On the other hand, the elderly or people with chronic lung diseases now spend more days in hospital due to the impact of pollution.
After COVID norms jab hat gaye and vehicles movement was started, then suddenly pollution rises. This sudden rise, this this is responsible for this acute exacerbation. You can say any symptoms acute exacerbation, like Asthmatic patients having acute exacerbation. Acute exacerbation means they need to hospitalize or they need to go to emergency directly, just from the home. You know, ऐसा it is very less common कि कोई patient है and घर पे बैठा and he's taking medications properly and he was okay and he's okay, and suddenly इतनी तेजी से he is having exacerbation that he needs to land up in the emergency room. So these things happen after the COVID. One thing. Second is you are talking about the prevention part. So prevention is first thing, jitna possible ho, don't go outdoors. Okay, outdoor activities को आपको restrict करनी है, and especially for this older generation and younger generation. Adults are continuously going outdoors. They are more or less acclimatized to this air pollution, but the older generation and the younger, I'm talking about the up to 16 years of age, they should restrict their outdoor activities until unless very important. um, we all understand that we cannot restrict from the schooling for long, but during the transport and all, they should wear the mask. And I would emphasize more on N95 mask, because after the COVID, nobody is talking about the N95 mask. N95 mask is a very good mask, so it's a bit difficult to breathe inside this N95 mask. But that's why it is the best mask, because air doesn't comes from inside, from the outside. Because if the air quality is 500, air purifier doesn't do anything. Air purifier is meant for air purification for a shorter period and for a very small area. If you put this air purifier in your drawing room, if your drawing room is 15 by 15, then it doesn't work. Continuously put it on for a longer time, it will be not effective. So there are some restrictions, although most of the companies, they are promoting, a lot of doctors also promoting, but they should actually tell you the exact effect,
Application.
exact application, and what is this effect, and how much time do you run it for this, and how much the size of the room. You should tell exactly. So most of the people asking me which company's air purifier we should buy. Then I always tell them कि this company, अगर आप कोई भी company लेते हैं, whichever company you are buying, they all are good, but you should apply it on a smaller room, like 10 by 10 in your study room, like, okay, and for shorter period of time, then switch it off, then again after some time switch on.
When it comes to tackling air pollution, Delhi still has a long way to go, but passing the buck won't get us anywhere. A Times online report.